Hey everybody, I'm Mike Krupa, and today I'm going to talk a little bit more about the remodel benefits and how this not only applies for employers that are self-funded, but how a fully insured employer can also utilize this remodel benefits process. So as a quick reminder, the remodel benefits process is establishing control within your health insurance plan. It is aligning your health insurance plan with partners that have your best interest in mind, and it is rewarding members for making really good healthcare decisions. And the example I'm going to give today is about a recent client. We won them. They were fully insured with UnitedHealthcare, and they were getting a 34% fully insured renewal. And so what we did here is we went out to market. We went to traditional fully insured carriers, but we also went to some non-traditional level funded carriers as well, so we could show this particular employer all the different options they have. And we had a lot of different options here. Ultimately, what the marketing showed is that there was a significant opportunity to reduce that 32 or 34% increase. And so we kind of presented everything first round to the employer with a ton of information, talked about each one of the options within here, use that as a discussion to kind of narrow down our focus, and then we were able to use that and finalize our decisions here. And ultimately, this particular employer did end up making a move away from UnitedHealthcare. They moved to Blue Cross Blue Shield. But I want to highlight the remodel benefits wins in here and how we used this process. The first I'd say was, we provided some level funded quotes that are non-traditional quotes. And what I mean there is they have some really good cost containment programs built in place. And our intent was that this could be a viable option for this employer. And we learned it probably will be maybe a year or two down the road. But what it provided us, at least in the short term, was additional negotiation leverage with the insurance carrier market as we were finalizing the fully insured rates. The education also added into our multi-year strategic plan. So while this employer was not interested in the level funded option this year, they were very intrigued by it, had never heard about it. And now the next time we'll go to market, they may choose that option, or at least are aware of it and would be more apt to potentially make a change. So a big win there. As I mentioned, the client ultimately moved to Blue Cross. They did receive a 9.5% rate cap the second year, so some financial certainty for them. But here's the big savings here and the big wins: $215,000 in annual premium savings for this particular employer. And that right there created some money to allow us to improve the plan designs. And, I often on the remodel benefits process, as I talk about lowering your costs to improve benefits, this is one of the ways that you can do this in the fully insured market. We tapped into carrier markets that hadn't been tapped to in the past. We were able to use that as negotiation leverage, at least this time around, saved a ton of money, and improved the plan designs for the members. So this was a huge remodel benefits win across the board. And then on top of that, because we moved them to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, and because they have over 50 employees, we now have access to their Blue Insight reporting, which is about a 28-page report that provides a lot of detail on what's going on within the population. So not only did we save money, not only did we improve the plan designs and set up a better long-term strategic plan, now we have the ability to use this data to strategically plan for the future. The prior carrier we were with virtually gave no data, so there was nothing we knew about the population that could really help us into the future other than the basic demographic information. But now we're going to have claim detail, and we'll be able to make some educated decisions on our 3-year strategic plan going forward. Look, this is a lot of work to do this remodel benefits process for employers. I personally love it. It fuels me. And maybe just to give a little bit of a why behind it, when I see numbers like this, that gets me excited. $215,000 in savings for an employer. That's about 4 full-time equivalents for this employer. Now, I personally I hate being taken advantage of financially. And I think a lot of people have been taken advantage of financially. And it's not a great feeling. And it really fuels my fire when I can help an employer avoid being gamed by the health insurance system. And that is what drives me to continue to do this. This remodel benefits process works. If you're interested in learning more, feel free to reach out to me directly. Thanks.